1 year after we started trading the Happy Gold EA, we asked ourselves the question, how long should it take for an EA to pay for itself? That's a question most traders never ask. They focus on profits, drawdowns, and win rates, which are all important metrics, but not whether the EA was actually worth the money. So I decided to do a deep dive, and the Happy Gold EA actually surprised me. And I'll show you 2 other robots that paid for themselves surprisingly quickly. So let's start by looking at the live trading stats for the Happy Gold, and I'm on the Algo Trading Space website. I'm sure most of you have been here, but to get to this page, you simply go to the Algo Trading Space, which I will link to down below in the description, click on results and then live trading, which will bring you here. Right, what we're going to do here is we are going to do a search for the Happy Gold, and you can see that we've got the Happy Gold Scalper and the Happy Gold Recovery. The EA that we're going to focus on today is the Happy Gold Scalper, and you can see that it has been trading for 417 days, so a little over a year, and we're making a monthly profit of 7.3, so almost 7.5% per month, and we've got a total gain in the account of nearly 130% with over $1,200 in withdrawals. If we look at the track record, what we can see is that it does go up and down, and all of these red things that you see here are our withdrawals. But what we can do is let's look on the VPS where it is trading, and you can see that it did start trading in April of last year, and we are in June. So as you saw, a little over a year, and in that time we've had loads and loads and loads of trades, as you can imagine. Right now, if we look at the current open orders, what we can see is that there is one pending order here, and the EA is just waiting to get the signal from the market to open that trade. But what I want to show you is the withdrawal. So you saw them on the chart, but what I've done is I've arranged this in such a way to get them all together. And you can see that in the time we have been trading it, we have had 5 withdrawals. So as most of you know, we usually make withdrawals when the account gets to 20%, sometimes a little bit later. So we've got one of about $300, another one of about $300, $250, and then 2 withdrawals of $200 each. Now let's take a look at the vendor site on this one. What we can see is that the Happy Forex full pack, which is 10 EAs and it includes the Happy Gold, costs 699 euros. However, if you use the link in the description, there is a 30% discount. So you'll see that works out to 489 euros. Now for that you get, as I said, 10 EAs, but you also get 2 real account licenses. So you could actually place any of these EAs on 2 accounts. Now I haven't included that in the math, so in theory this could take half the time, but let's have a look at the image. Okay, so what you can see is that with the Happy Gold Scalper, the cost including the discount is $569. So the price on the vendor's website is in euros. I did a conversion at today's rate to dollars, and it works out with the discount at $569. The profit that we've made, as you saw so far, has been a little under $1,300. So the profit after we've deducted the cost of the EA is $721. Now, how long did it take us to recover the cost? It took approximately 6 months. As you can see, 182 days, which is really not too bad at all. So after 182 days, everything that we've made is pure profit. Now, before I show you the second EA, please take a moment to check if you've subscribed to the channel. Our analytics show that most people watching aren't actually subscribed, so you might be missing out on seeing real EAs in real trading accounts and real trading results. That could be the difference between making or losing money. Best of all, it's completely free and requires a single click of your mouse. That's it. Thank you. Now, the next EA that we're going to look at is the Japan Strike. We're going to do a quick search for it, and here it is here. So what we can see is that the Japan Strike has also been trading for over a year. We are on 398 days, and in that account, we're making a little under 4% per month. We've made a total gain of 56%, and we've already had withdrawals of $400 in that account. If we take a look at the track record, what you can see is that it is a very steady EA. We had growth, we made a withdrawal, we had more growth, we had a withdrawal, we had more growth. Now, there are a few drawdowns here, but as you can see, it has recovered and we are on track to make another withdrawal. Let's take a quick look at the vendor's website for the Japan Strike, and what we can see is that the current price is $229. However, I will leave a coupon code which will give you a further 20% discount, and let's take a look at the calculations for the Japan Strike. The cost including the discount is $183. The total profit including withdrawals is $568. So what that means is that is our withdrawals as as well as the profit that we currently have in the account. The profit after recovering the cost of the EA is $385. And look at this, time to recover cost is approximately 128 days. So about 4 months. Really awesome results. Now, of course, the results will vary depending on the broker and the trading conditions. And one of the brokers that we use extensively in the company is IC Markets. IC Markets are one of the biggest brokers in the world, fully regulated across a number of jurisdictions. They have got incredible trading conditions, including leverage of up to 1 to 5,000. Now, we wouldn't trade a leverage this high. This is quite dangerous and risky. However, if you are a trader that requires high leverage, this is among the highest that I've ever seen. Loads of instrument, you've got support constantly. But the two most important things that we look for after the regulation, of course, is the trading conditions. So you can see that there are spreads from 0 pips. So really good trading conditions. And then this broker is particularly well suited for algo trading. You can see that the servers are housed in the Equinix NY4 data center, and 60% of all their trades are algo trading. So if you are a trader that trades with robots, this is really a broker worth looking at. And you can open a free demo account, you can test the trading conditions, and you can see for yourself if they are suitable. But as I said, it's one that we use extensively. If you look at our live results, you'll see how many live trading accounts we have with IC Markets. Now let's take a look at the last EA that I want to show you, and that is the Infinity Trader. So once again, let's go to our live trading results. Let's type in the Infinity Trader, and here it is here. Okay, what we can see is that this EA has been trading for 537 days, so well over a year, right? Monthly about 4.3%, which is awesome. We've had 83% gain in total in the account since we started trading it, so the account has almost doubled. We've had over $800 in withdrawals, and the account is currently in a profit. You can see that there is an additional $16 that has been earned since the last withdrawal. Now let's take a look at the track record, and what we can see is good results. So actually here we started on a smaller account, and here we added to the account, and that is something that I want to mention to you, that all of these accounts that I've shown you are $1,000 accounts. Okay, that is very important. Of course, the size of your account and the size of the trades, the lots that you're trading, will impact the time it takes to make back your money. So just know that what I'm showing you is our results with the settings that we're using on a $1,000 account. All of these are trading on $1,000 live accounts. So what you can see is that it traded, we had a withdrawal here, traded again, made profit, had a withdrawal. Then it went through a little bit of a stagnation period where there was this rather large drawdown. However, much like the others, it has recovered, and we made a third withdrawal here. What you can see now is that the account is growing and it's going up, and hopefully we'll get to the next 20% where we will make our next withdrawal. Before we look at the maths of the Infinity Trader, let's take a quick look at the vendor's website, and I will link to all of these EAs down in the description, including the coupon codes that you can use. You can see that it is currently on sale, so it's for $217. However, with our coupon code, you can get a further 10% discount. There's a lot of information on this page as well. There are track records, there are back testing reports, huge amount of information. So if you are interested, you can definitely check it out. Let's take a look at the maths on the Infinity Trader. The cost, including the discount, is $195. The total profit that we have, including our withdrawals, is $825. So the profit after recovering the cost of the EA is $630. Time to recover costs, approximately 126 days. So again, another EA that with this account size and with these settings will take approximately, or has taken approximately 4 months to get to a point where we've broken even. We've made a full return on investment, and everything we make after this is pure profit. Now let's take a look at the last page where I've put all three of them onto a single page. So you can see that the most profit we've made is with the Happy Gold Scalper, but it did take a little bit longer to get to the break-even point because of the cost of the EA. But as I mentioned, you do get 2 real licenses. So in theory, if you ran these side by side, this would be half the time. And then on second spot, we have the Infinity Trader with profit of 825, and then the Japan Strike with a profit of 568. So all of these EAs are doing very well. They've all surpassed the break-even point. They're all making pure profit at this stage. So a good approach would be to aim to trade all three of them, because the way in which they trade and the assets that they trade are pretty much uncorrelated. So they do work very well together. What I did as well is I did a calculation where I looked at it over 3 years, and the Happy Gold Scalper does come out on top by a significant margin. But again, as I said, these are all very good EAs and they're all making pure profit for us at this stage. So hopefully this gives you a different way to think about EAs. Instead of focusing only on profit, drawdowns, and win rates, it's worth asking a much simpler question. Was the EA actually worth the money? You can keep track of these and our other live accounts using the link in the description. I'll also leave links to the EA I showed you in this video, as well as IC markets. Now, if you're trading any of these or any other EAs that are performing well for you, please let me know. I really do appreciate reading your comments and answering your questions. And if you want to learn more about one of the EAs that I showed you in this video, check out this video here. As always, thanks for watching, trade safe, and I'll see you soon.